Brian,
Morning.
as you know, on the injured list, who has been listed as limited with a finger. Will he play Sunday?
So yeah, he banged it in the game. Obviously was able to finish the game, and some swelling, a little sore. You know, see how he's limited in practice, so we'll see how he does today. And we'll just kind of monitor it over the next couple days.
Optimistic he'll play, or
Optimistic,
is it
yeah.
You are.
Yep.
How has it impacted his practice week?
Obviously, it's on the throwing hand, so some discomfort, but you know, it's affected him a little bit. But you know, he's a tough kid. He's worked through some discomfort before, so we'll see how it goes today, and just kind of monitor it over the next 48 hours.
Ryan, I don't know how much you can get into because I don't know what the rules are. I freely admit that. But Chris told us Wednesday that when a player becomes available, you do your due diligence. On it. There's a prominent player getting released today. Do you anticipate due diligence being applied again in that case?
I do, yes, I do. I mean, we check the waiver wire every day. We look at it, we go through it, and yeah, I expect due diligence on any player that's on the wire, and we'll always try to do what we feel is best for the organization, for the team and organization. I think that's we've said that time and time again, and yeah, I expect due diligence.
Flo, how soon, when you have a Thursday night game on the schedule, I know it's 1 week at a time, 1 game at a time, but how do you adjust at what point do you start adjusting schedules and meetings to kind of look a little bit ahead in terms of getting everyone ready for a short week?
That's pretty much done already. I think we know the focus right now is on Houston, but we're gonna have to turn the page quickly. So that is from a planning standpoint. We have an idea what we're going to do, but kind of plan that, know what we're going to do, and then center all our focus on the Texans and this weekend.
Teams obviously evolved quite a bit over the course of a year. Tyrod, I think, only played 6 quarters for them before he got hurt. How much does that change things when you find out midstream that they're going back to a quarterback who hasn't played in almost 2 months versus what you've been prepping for and seeing on film from them of late?
I don't, it doesn't change too much. I mean, obviously, Tyrod's a very different quarterback than Davis Mills, but our fundamentals, our technique, our communication. We don't really change our calls all that much, but just understanding that if there's we may see more QB runs or zone read type of plays, who's got the quarterback, who's got the dive player, those things you spend a little bit more time on, but those are kind of already embedded in the call, I would say, defensive call. So they may not apply with a different type of quarterback, but when they do apply, they apply. If that makes sense, I don't know. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about Jerome Baker. Obviously, last week you decided to sit him.
Yeah.
How has he looked in practice this week? And do you feel, considering the nature of his position where there's a lot of running involved for him from a coverage standpoint, do you feel comfortable with putting a player out there who's got a knee injury in those roles, or do you have to shift his roles?
Any player we put out there, we feel comfortable, playing. Obviously, we didn't feel comfortable last week, which is why he didn't play. He's looked good in practice. Well, better in practice, I would say. And he's itching to get out there. He wants to get out there. He wants to help this team. We'll see what today looks like. That'll tell us a lot about what his status will be for the game. And still have some time, 48 hours. But today will tell us a lot.
If I may follow up with Duke Riley, you sort of had some plays where you felt his presence there. How comfortable are you with him knowing, understanding the playbook and his roles and not creating busted plays, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Duke went in there and did a nice job last week. He was ready to go. I thought he did a good job with communication. He had the green dot and handled that for us. So, we're hopeful that Bate can play, but if he can't, then Duke will step in, and confident that he'll play well.
Whether it's Tua with the finger or Jerome with the knee or anybody else, the player's always going to say, "I'm good, I can go." Like, how trusting are you when it's time to actually make the decision? How much does the player input weigh in that process? Or because the player is always going to say, "I'm good," do you just not really take that into account?
I mean, I think our guys are honest with us. They're always going to say, want to play, but we try to, we tell them, hey, be honest with us. Is this, obviously we're dealing with something. You might be good on one thing, but is there something that you're not, that's, planting to the left or, whatever the situation may be. We try to get them to be honest with us with about at least that, so we can make a true assessment. And I think that they all understand that. We got to do always do what's best for the team. And I don't think they would want to put the team in any jeopardy or any situation that wouldn't be helpful to the team. So all these guys want to play. Whether it's Jerome, whether it's Tua, they're going to do everything they can to get out there. And I do listen. I listen to them. I try to take myself, Kyle, Chris, offensive, defensive coaches based on what player it is. We kind of try to make a collective decision on what the best thing is for the team.
Ryan, do you expect Brandon Jones to be able to play with the ankle? And if he can't, has Sheldrick, in light of being left home last Sunday, a good week in case you need him behind Eric and Javon Holland?
I expect Brandon. He's obviously been dealing with the ankle, really all year. So, but optimistic he'll be out there. Sheldrick's had a couple good days, so we'll continue to work with him. And if we need him, he'll be. I think he'll be ready.
And how is Devontae Parker doing?
Other day, so probably listed as doubtful for the game.
What's your message to the fans, especially those that are thinking about buying a ticket to come over on Sunday? Obviously not a good start. Why should they decide to get that ticket and come support you guys?
I think we got a team that works hard, gives great effort, that believes in each other, that wants to win, and wants to win for their fans. So that's why.
Brian, for clarification purposes, did Devontae get hurt in the game or in practice earlier this week?
Probably a combination of soreness from the game, but let's call it probably re-aggravated in practice.
With that in mind, is this a good spot for Preston to get back in the lineup and show some things?
Potentially.
Did Preston obviously we would never ask you and you wouldn't tell us what he did to be disciplined. Was it so egregious that he can't move past it, or was it something that you're able to look past, give him a fresh start, and has he seized on that at all by practicing well this week?
Look, it's players make mistakes, coaches make mistakes, and I've said this before. I'm not one to hold grudges. I think you have to move past things. Preston's done a good job this week. He's practiced well. We'll take it one day at a time and see how it goes. he gets an opportunity, I'm hopeful he'll take advantage of it. Excuse me.
I wanted to ask you about the center position with Greg and Austin. Greg was active last week.
Yeah.
Austin continued to start. Is that just health-based or performance-based in terms of you like what you guys have seen from Austin?
Like what we've seen from both guys. Greg's still coming off of, the injury. Just felt like it was best to, go with Austin and then, use Greg in a backup role, if we needed him. And, still kind of working through, that situation for this week as well. And today will tell us a lot.
So it has been a competition this week, I'm assuming, or?
Yeah. Yes.
You feel a little snake bitten at receiver, because you all made the effort, obviously, to upgrade with Will Fuller, and Devontae had been mostly healthy the previous 2 years after issues. Do you feel snake bitten in the position at all?
I don't think that's a word I would ever use. It's this is the National Football League. Guys go down at all positions. We just have to kind of move forward and do the best we can with the guys we have. We have a lot of confidence in the guys we have, and we just move forward.
With Albert Wilson, obviously we all saw the start to camp, but then there hasn't really been much there this season or since that first week. What do you hope to get from him for the rest of the season?
Good communication, good fundamentals, good techniques, good route running, good blocking downfield. Just the straightforward, standard. This is what we're looking for in a receiver position. I think he's done a lot of those things. I think we just need to, take advantage of our opportunities. And I think he'll do that.
Next question.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.